Oh yeah, no, it's a going. It's just in the background.
But I mean, for me,
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
do you want to give me a headphone like we normally do, or do you want to do something different?
Oh yeah, we can do that.
If that's what you want.
Which one would you like?
Which headphone?
Yeah,
I guess the right one.
right one. Gifts. Yes. All right.
All right.
Everybody's just staring at the back of my head there for a second. That's fine. Hopefully we got everything good. Morning.
Twitch assets.
Yeah. Morning, everybody. Let me go on Discord. Let everybody know. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, baby. Good morning. And it is Martin Luther King Day. So some people should have the day off, hopefully. At least if you're in the United States. Because there's so many people that come to class from all sorts of different areas. All sorts of places around the world. And for that, I'm so grateful to connect with you guys week after week in this global community. How special. I know I logged in like a little later than I like to. I was kind of messing around with some stuff on here. But we are going to do, wow, words are hard. We're going to be doing another rocket. And I know a couple weeks ago we did our rocket and then we took a week off as Kamar and I were out of town, and I'm really excited that we're back this week to move around. So we'll be following the same, like a similar sequence, but just like adding on a couple of little pieces into the ground movement. So it'll be really fun. Let me actually bust out that. Bust it out. Yeah, should be fun. All right. I love looking through this little journal. It's got like all my different class sequences and things from 2019 onwards. I know I had a fun sequence in here. I just have to find it. All right, there we go.
Also, I cannot hear the music in the headphone. Can you?
Oh, I'm not playing anything.
Okay, well that'd be why I can't hear it.
Yeah, nothing playing yet. Mystery songs. The mystery will be solved as soon as we go to the main view, which I'll do in 1 minute. I'll just give people a second to hop on. You know what would be really fun today that we haven't done in a long time? It would actually be really awesome to work on side crow, because I know we've done crow a lot, especially with our rockets in the past, but I feel like we haven't done side crow in a long time. So I think we'll do a lot of twists and stuff today if you guys are down for that. Which I know you're like, well, we're here. We're kind of at your mercy, TL. That I know, and for that I am also sorry. Babe, are you excited for some side crow?
Not at all.
What?
Yeah, it's compression and twisting that I just never enjoyed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you know, I'm excited if you're excited.
I'm excited, you're excited, we're excited. All right, well, I'll take this down. I'll swap us over to the other cam. Bam, ba-lam, ba-lam, ba-lam. Great. I'm just gonna scoot this chair out of from.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
No worries. It's usually tucked away. All right. Great, great, great. So the thing that I like to say, especially about a challenging flow like rocket, is that we're going to throw out a lot of things that won't be for all levels, won't be for most people. And if you ever feel like you need a break, take those breaks. I'm going to be throwing out as many modifications for especially the things that are really, really difficult. We'll show you what those look like. Having a couple of blocks around can be really helpful. I'm gonna stick these here. Kamar's got those kettlebells, but don't think that you have to have those kettlebells. We just have those out for funsies right now. And even padding for your knees can be helpful if we're doing like some lunging shapes. So because we have a lot of stuff we wanna get through, we're actually going to start standing. So let's get to standing. I'm just gonna scoot these so that you don't lift with my back, drop it with my whole ass. Well, lift not with my back, lift with my legs, that's what I mean. All right. So coming to standing at the front of your mat, we're just gonna face you. And I want you to let your arms relax by your side. Good. And we're going to take a couple rounds of breath here. So just relax the shoulders down. Bring yourself into this space. Ground through your toes. Maybe you pick them up, spread them out, reattach them down to the ground. With each breath, finding a profound sense of gratitude for where you are in this moment, for being in your body, being in this space. You can weight shift a little side to side, feeling all four corners of the feet connect with the ground, anchor with the earth. You can even join Kamar in moving through your head, neck, and shoulders a little bit. 10 more seconds. Good. Now, whatever wiggles you're doing, start to bring yourself back to center. If you feel comfortable with it, walking your feet together. We're going to use our inhale to reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, Samastitihi, hands at heart center or by your side body, whatever you prefer. Good. Inhale, reach the arms all the way back up. Same thing, Samastitihi. One last time with a different transition. Inhale, reach your arms up. Now with your exhale, forward fold. Take it all the way down to your mat. Nice. Now show me your halfway lift. Walk the hands up onto the shin bones. And I want you to feel the weight shift a little bit into the toes. Really think about elongating your spine. Good. And then exhale, forward fold. Nice. We're going to do that halfway lift 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift. Feeling yourself lean into the toes, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Nice. 1 more time like that. Halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Let's step back to high plank, only to get us into a tabletop position, all fours. Now, normally in your rocket, we wouldn't do a lot of wrist warm up, but me and Kamar like to do a lot more wrist warm up, especially if we're going to be doing some arm balances. So here I want you to shift forwards and backwards, just creating more flexion into your wrists. Oh, wow, my fingers. All right, we're gonna do 3 more forwards and back. Great. And then we'll turn your hands out to your right and your left, and we're gonna slide right to left. Now you can keep the wrists underneath your shoulders, or if you wanna step up your intensity, you can start to walk the wrists closer together. They can even come all the way together if you have that ability in the wrists, that amount of flexion. For me, I like to walk my knees a little bit closer, especially if I'm going really close wrist to wrist. Great. Now let's take a moment, sit back on your heels, roll out the wrists a little bit. Before we go to our most extreme version of flexion, I like to give us a little bit of a break because we're gonna go external rotation full. So the fingertips are gonna point back towards your knees. Now, attach the hands to the ground. Undersides of your wrists are showing towards the front, yeah? And then you get to lean back any amount, even peeling the heels of your hands up and off of the ground if you need that amount. And you can take a break from it, then bring it back into that lean. Nice. Now let's take your hands back to neutral. Flip just your right hand so that the palm is facing up towards you. And then I want you to see if you can spin that right arm into external rotation. Yikes. How's that feeling for everybody? How about you, Kamar?
It's not one to get there today.
No? Is it fighting you?
Oh yeah. Oof.
All right, let's do the other side. That's why I like to do one at a time, because doing that specific stretch both at the same time to me is always like, holy shit. So left palm is facing up towards you. Spinning and spiraling through that left arm as much as you can. If it doesn't go into your full external rotation, full straight arm, don't worry about it. All right, let's take that left palm back flat onto the ground and let's work through some cat-cows. Open up your heart towards the front and then push into the ground and round. Good. Contracting through the core. Inhale, reach your heart back forwards. Nice. With your exhale, round and contract. Keep going. And you can also add on different pathways here for yourself. So that can look like some barrel rolls. Y'all know I love to throw those out. We'll start to wind our way all the way back towards center. And now we're gonna do just a little bit more of a warm up now for your shoulders. We're going to do scapular push-ups from your tabletop position. So arms are gonna stay nice and straight. All you're gonna do is squeeze and separate the shoulders, AKA protraction and retraction. Now it's a lot easier to do this from a tabletop. This is a great place to start, especially if you're building strength to get more comfortable with inversions. But since we're going to be heading towards downward facing dog shortly, you can also try this exercise from a high plank if you want to make life a little bit more challenging.
A little bit.
You're like, more like a lot of it. No, it's so true.
My anterior deltoid is already very alive.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Rad. I love that. All right. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's head on back to your downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And I want to give you plenty of time in this downward facing dog. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I needed that to come out right there.
Yeah, hell yeah. So a couple things you can do in your downward facing dog to make life more pleasant. And this is all based on how different and unique everybody's anatomy is. If you have really broad shoulders, just like Kamar does here, maybe your hands need to be a little bit wider. Maybe you need a little more external rotation. Based on how your back and your hips feel, you may need to keep and maintain a little bit of a bend in your knees. If it helps you find a longer spine by doing that, stick with it. The age-old myth that your heels have to be on the ground to do downward facing dog correctly, not true. If you're feeling a stretch in the hamstring, even with knees bent a little bit, you're doing the right thing. 2 more breaths.
Warm, huh?
Yeah.
Got warm quick.
Yep.
This is the warm room.
Also, this practice makes you get so warm so fast. All right, kiddos. We're gonna go for our Surya Namaskar A. So lift your heels, breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, look to the front. Inhale to the front, into your halfway lift. You can step there, you can hop there. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing position. Utthita Hasta Uttadasana. Exhale, Samastitihi. Just like we were doing at the very beginning. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Nice. Halfway lift, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, plant your hands, and we're gonna go through our first chaturanga. I'm gonna do a modified version. Knees down, bend the elbows to 90. I'm doing low cobra, Kamar's doing upward facing dog. And then we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths in that down dog. And know that those modified chaturangas can be done throughout this entire practice. Good. After that third and final breath, let's again lift heels. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, halfway lift at the top. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, Samastitihi. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, Chaturanga. Ardha Mukha. Oh, wow. Exhale, downward facing dog.
It's gonna happen today.
Yeah, probably my favorite thing that happens when I'm teaching in person is just hearing everybody's snap, crackles, and pops happen at the same time. It's kind of great. All right. Nice. Let's do one more breath there before transitioning. Heels up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Samastitihi, your way. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Good. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. So that means for that whole exhale, it's stepping back and coming to this halfway position. Upward facing or low cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Now let's take a longer moment in this downward facing dog. And I want to invite you during this longer break to explore a little bit. That may look like bringing twists in with a downward facing dog twist. Probably one of my favorites personally. You can also take a deeper stretch for your shoulders with a dolphin position. So elbows come down. Just a couple things you can do. We'll spend like 3 more breaths here. All right, wherever you are, let's start to bring ourselves back to our downward facing. Nice job. Heels up. Bend your knees, look forward. Nice breath, Kamar. Halfway lift at the top. Exhale, fold. Now I want you to bend into your knees. Good. Feet are staying totally flat on the ground for this first little moment. We're gonna reach our arms towards the upper top corner of your space. We're in our chair pose, Utkatasana or fierce. Now, in that chair, I want you to sit a little bit of your weight back into your heels, maybe so much that your toes even flare up off of the ground, just to feel that energy, and then return them back to the ground. Nice. Now let's bring your hands towards heart center. We're gonna interlace them, flip the palms, press them forward, and move into Ardha Utkatasana or half chair. So we wanna try to bring our spine and our arms perpendicular to your mat. Or sorry, parallel. Yeah. I was like, hold up, how would that happen? Good, stay here for 3, stay here for 2, and forward fold, get out of there on 1. Nice, breathe, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, chaturanga again. Stepping back, hopping back, you're high to mid. Great. Now we're gonna take this process into your legs and into your hips, starting with our warrior 1. Take a breath in. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Now pivot your left heel down. You can even step them out wider, and let's just stack our shoulders up above our hips. We won't trip about our arms too much right now, because to me, the hips in warrior 1 are the most difficult and weirdest part. So, best advice I can give, start from your foundation up, press into the outer edge of your left foot. You're gonna feel your butt cheek turn on with that and your hip flexor open. Try to square your chest to the front, then we'll start to bring your arms up above your head. Commit a little bit more into that front knee, nicely done, breath in. Exhale, let's take our hands down to the ground, square off on that back leg. Now we can go Ekapada Chaturanga or single-legged. Yes. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing, lifting it up and back. Breath in. Exhale, let's step your left foot forward. I know it happens so fast. We'll adjust the right foot. So you want your entire foot onto the ground. We kind of took a second. This is like my funky injured ankle, so I'm always like, wow, such a feeling. All right. Once you've got that engagement through the entire back leg and glute, that feeling of squareness in the shoulders, arms are lifting. Bend a little bit deeper into that front knee. Inhale, breath. Exhale, take the hands down, frame the foot high to mid. Again, Ekapada can be that little add-on you're bringing today. Urdhva Mukha, Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Now again, take those 3 breaths right here. Good. Nice. You guys are doing great. I'm just gonna try to bring this camera angle down a little pinch. Good, good. All right. Heels nice and high. Bend your knees, look forwards. Travel to the front. Nice. Kamar's awake, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Now let's go into your chair, bend into the knees, sit back, arms reach up, and exhale, let's bring your hands towards heart center. Now we're not doing our half chair, we're actually going to do a prayer twist. Right elbow is gonna come to your left knee. Good. Good, other right elbow to left knee, babe. It's okay.
I go where I want.
I go, he's a lone wolf. All right, so ways that you can modify this bad boy. If this level of compression is just like a hell no for you and not a hell yes, then you can even bring your elbow to the center. It'll take a little bit off of that compression. If you need even less, you can always take a block, place that between the legs and the elbows for a really great bit of relief from that compression. All right, I know I've been holding you here forever. Take a breath in. Exhale, switch to the other side. Kumar was ready to go. I can already feel the heat radiating off of him, heating up from these twists. Elbow to thigh, elbow to center, elbow on block. That's the way to make friends with this compression twist. 3 cycles. Good. Let's bring it back to center and forward fold, get out of there. Yes. All right, halfway lift just to reset us. And chaturangas. Know that you can also do hop backs. Both of your feet would hop back at the same time. Upward facing and downward facing dog. 3 breath reset. My shoulders are already starting to feel so much better from these down dogs. All right, babies, breath in. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. It's gonna go a little bit quicker. Exhale, take it down high to mid. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Good, breath in. Exhale, step left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, take it down high to mid. Upwards and downwards. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Nice. Let's make our way back to the front again. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Chair position. Bend your knees, reach up. Bring your hands to heart center. Exhale. We're coming back to half chair. Interlace, press it forwards. But on this one, I want to see if you can lift up your heels. Nice. We're going to prep to go into our first crow position here, Bakasana. In 3, in 2, and 1. Let's keep your heels up, but bring your hands onto the ground. Knees are going to make contact with your triceps. Now, your feet don't even really have to leave the ground for you to call this a crow. Even just feeling the weight shift can be great. Now, if you're practicing your jump backs from here, yes, throw it in, upward facing, and exhale, downward facing dog. Nicely done. Now, going for another elongated moment in this downward facing dog, where you can again add on a twist, add on your dolphin pose. If you're even feeling super warmed up, you can even start turning your dolphin pose into your Pincha Mayurasana, because in rocket yoga, they throw it in hella early. And I always feel like I'm not entirely ready for it, but you know, this is the name of the game. Now, if you're feeling good in your dolphin, but you're not quite wanting your pincha, know that you can also try dolphin push-ups, elbow floats. 10 seconds wherever you are. Nice, Kumar. All right, we're coming back to our downward facing dog in 3, in 2, and 1. Let's get to the next meaty part of our flow, guys. You're doing amazing. Let's lift our right leg and open up our right hip. Bend into that knee and explore a bit in that hip socket.
Hey.
Hi.
I found your leg.
I found yours. I love finding your leg when I'm back here. All right, kiddos. We're gonna come forwards. We're gonna tap our right knee to our right tricep. Nice. Inhale, lift your right leg back up again. Let's go right knee, left tricep, cross body. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Let's step through into a low lunge. back into your warrior one just for a moment. And with your exhale, we're gonna go into humble just to open up the shoulders a bit more and in a different way. So we're trying to go for a nice level of extension in the front of those shoulders. So chest opens, take an inhale. Exhale, work towards the thigh. Now, if your humble warrior stops here, great. Here, great. Here, great. Some people even stuff their shoulders to the insides of their thighs. We're all doing a warrior one humble version, okay? Nicely done. One inhale. Exhale. Now inhale, let's bring it back up to warrior one. And exhale, warrior two. So big adjustment needs to happen in your feet and in your hips. Now the pinky toe side edge of your left foot is running parallel to the back edge of your mat. And we're trying to get a nice healthy bend into this front knee. Reach your arms to 12 and 6. Flip your right palm. Inhale, reverse warrior. Good. Exhale, side angle. Right arm down, left arm high. Great. Now, binds is what I would like to throw in a lot today. Starting with just your half. Let's just do a half one right now.
Do I have to?
No.
Okay.
You definitely don't.
No judgment?
None.
Okay.
None. If anything, celebration. Celebrate you for being so unique in class. Yeah. Yeah, have a block. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. Nicely done. Let's take it back up to your warrior 2. One more time, inhale, reverse warrior. And with your exhale, we're going into low lunge twist. So left arm inside of your right foot. You're gonna pivot off that back leg. Yeah?
So we're picking up our back heel.
Correctamundo. So you can even look back and just check yourself. If your entire foot is still flat on the ground, adjust it so that you're just on the big toe ball mound, yeah? Now right arm is reaching up, pretty intense twist right here. If you want, join me to intensify just a little more with your horizon lunge. Roll to the outside edge of your left foot, reach your right arm to the back. Nice, let's take it all the way back and around. Plant your right hand. I'm just gonna stick it to the inside of my hand. And again, go through your high to mid plank. Yes, hello body, good morning. It's been a while, we took the whole weekend off, babe. We were just lazy bones Jones, it was the best.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yep.
Didn't do anything.
Didn't do shit. All right, kiddos, left leg lifts. Let's get after it. Open up your hip, bend into your knee, and of course, squiggle around. All right, we're gonna go left knee to left tricep. Inhale, lift it back up. Left knee, right tricep. Inhale, back up. Knee to nose, step it through low lunge. Warrior one, we're back. Hands come behind you. Let's prepare for our warrior one. Interlace, lift your chest, and then take it down. Any amount. Remember what TL said. This is a warrior one humble style. This is a humble, this is a humble. It's all a humble.
Animal style.
Yeah. Even if I can peek at you from underneath this hamstring, yeah?
Oh.
One more breath in. Breath out. Warrior one, let's take it back up. Warrior two, open everything up. I like to always take my time getting into warrior two because I feel like so much needs to happen. Outer edge of back foot. My right glute is on. Now flip your left palm, reverse warrior. And exhale, side angle. Such a wonderful stretch into that. Ooh, psoas and side body. Now, I love it. Kamar has his block ready for him. He's got his left hand on top of that block. I'm going to throw in the bind. You can throw in the bind, or not do the bind. All of those things are right answers. D, all the above. Last 3. Last 2. Nice. Inhale, breath, and exhale, warrior 2. Whoo, that is hard. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge twist. Bring it all the way around. Square off on that back leg so you're on your toesies with me and Kumar. Left arm is reaching up. Nice. Now I'm trying to keep my knee pointed down until we go into our transition, right? So let's take a breath in. Exhale, we move into our horizon. So outside edge of your right foot, reaching back with that left arm, big side body stretch along right side. Let's take it all the way up and over. Once you're framed up, move through that high to mid yet again. Upward. Nice, and downward. All right. Now once more, this can be your moment for shoulders. It can also be a much needed and appreciated child's pose moment, water break moment, all of the things. But that's really because even though I like to be a tough teacher, I'm always like, I'm sorry if you're having a hard time in class.
Just, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Some days you want it.
Yeah.
Some days you want it and your body won't do it.
No, I know.
Now listen to your body.
Exactly. Now, if you're doing the forearm down, if you're starting to go into some Pincha Mayurasana now, a couple of tips I want to give to you. Hopping is all fair and well because sometimes that's what makes this shape the most accessible, right? What I want to start to encourage in everybody is to try to work towards more pressing, just like Kumar did there. So we're using as little momentum as possible because that's going to really help protect us, right? When we're using momentum, it takes a lot more muscle to catch ourselves and prevent us from rolling over, which I've done in very packed classes. I have rolled into people and mirrors and doors like Sonic the frickin' Hedgehog. So if you're working on that press, locking everything in, lifting like you're in your 3-legged, press through the toes, and then work your way up. We're always wanting to try to push our shoulders back over the elbows.
Straight line.
Yep. Right? So, things to always think about.
3 more breaths.
Let's take 3 more breaths here. And then let's carry on to the next thing, shall we? Because it's already, we only have 20.
Yay.
This is the one thing where I'm just like, man.
Okay. Last breath. Now what?
Now, what we're going to do is make our way to the top of your mat. Nice. And we're going to come up to standing. So let's, yeah, baby jump. You're very floaty today, babe. All right. We're going to come to face the side. We're going to do a side series. Probably one of my favorite things to do. We'll step ourselves out. Every time we get to this moment of class, I'm like, we're getting there. We're almost done. All right. Same. So arms are going to reach out to your right and your left-hand side. I want you to use your inhale, lift your chest, turn the palms up. And then hinge from your hips, fold forwards into your wide-legged fold. Now, when I'm in wide-legged folds, one thing that I really like to do to focus on my hamstrings is I like to be a little bit pigeon-toed. And I like to think about my sit bones going straight up towards the ceiling. Even if they're not pointing that way, we're imagining like they're going up into that direction. Good, you got 2 more breaths here. All right, we'll lengthen out like we're going into halfway lift. We'll open up our arms. Let's rise all the way up to standing. Great. Now we're gonna get set up for a pyramid. So what I want you to do is just step forward a little bit with your left foot. Great. We'll turn both of our feet towards the front, as much of both of our feet as possible. So this is different from your warrior 2 feet, right? Now I want you to lengthen out through your front line. You're feeling a little bit of hinge right at your hip flexor. I even like to put my hands on my hips first as I start to go forwards into my pyramid pose. Now blocks can be a great ally here. You can bring those right underneath your hands. I'll hand 1 and 2 to Kamar just so you can see what that can look like. Nice. And you can use them for a moment, kind of ripple out through your spine a little bit, and then you can ditch them as you get a little bit deeper and more comfortable. Great. Now let's lengthen everything out. And I want you to try to center your left hand. You can do that on a block, you can do that on the ground. And I want you to take your right palm to your sacrum. That's the low back center. Yeah, smack just to have a little bit of emphasis. Now I want you to start to open up your chest to the right. Your IT band, your outer hip's probably gonna start screaming, that's normal. If your left heel starts peeling up, remind it to come back to the ground or even shorten up your stance. Now let's reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Nice, pyramid twist. We're here for 3. Maybe you even look up at your hand if you aren't already for 2. Yes, and 1. Tricky transition. Can you follow that hand? Bring yourself all the way back up. Nice. Rotate all the way back to center, facing the same direction we started in. Turn the feet. Step your left foot back and your right foot forward. Nice. All right, we're gonna turn now to the other side. Feet want to kind of point in the same direction. Again, we're going to kind of work from our hips here. So hands on hips. Feel like you're lifting. And then start to move forwards. Yeah. If you use those blocks, snatching them up, taking them underneath hands. Wow. Left side hamstring. What's up? All right, now we're gonna lengthen out a bit. We're gonna try to center our right hand. That can be on a block, it can be on the ground. Left hand comes onto your sacrum, start to open up your chest to the left. Great, now something that tends to happen, we try to swing our butts out. To avoid this, I want you to try to point your butt back, reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Entire right foot is anchored. Maybe you look up at your left hand for 3. Yes, for 2. And that little bit of balance challenge. Let's try to bring ourselves up from here. Smart bodies. Nice. And then circle all the way back around to the front. We will recenter our feet. Hands are going to come behind you, just like we were doing with humble. Lift your chest. Breath in. And exhale, we take it into our wide-legged fold. We're just gonna keep the bind for a hot second. And then we can release the bind. And it would be remiss if I didn't give you the opportunity here for more inversions, yeah? What inversions, you say, Tracy Lynn? Well, I'm glad you asked. You can work through headstand, forearm press, handstand press, all sorts of things. If you're working through a handstand press, for me, it's a lot easier from this position, but that's because I have open hips and this is just the way that I like to do it, right? So hand stack underneath your shoulders. Remember earlier when we were working protraction, you want to try to establish your protraction before pressing, right? That way the only thing that has to happen are the legs coming up. Grip into those fingertips, stay strong through the legs, right? We don't want flippy floppy legs. We want strong legs, strong butt, strong core. If you're wanting to work headstand, same thing. You can take the hands, the head down onto the ground. Yes. Yes. Hell yeah.
Just like that.
Just like that.
You were coaching. No, I was trying.
No, that was great. I was just enjoying the moment there. If you're, again, working headstand, I got a bun on my head, so I'm not going to really demo it, but you can also do the same thing. But with a forearm press, I recommend walking the feet wider so that you can get your forearms comfortably on the ground. And it's the same concept, right? Protraction, lean, connect, push back. And you can do whatever you want. You can make it really back bendy, really hollow body, right? So it's just really up to whatever your intentions are for this.
Roll. Just like that.
Just like that. So I'll let you guys play for like 10 more seconds. If you want to play with one more press or one more anything, or just hang out in your fold, we're down for that. Let me check the time again because...
1:15.
Okay, perfect.
15 minutes. You doing grounded?
Mm-hmm. All right, now if you're doing any types of inversions, start to make your way down. Down, 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 down. Again, we'll start to kind of press ourselves up from here. We'll open up through our arms. We'll bring ourselves back up to standing. Nice. Heel toe everything in. And then let's turn and face the front. One little bit of standing balancing because it's what you get in a rocket class, okay? Left foot is your foundation, right leg is going to lift. Nice. Now even this, I was talking to a lot of people in the Discord community about hip flexor strength. This is a really great exercise just to do right here. Lowering and lifting that right leg. I feel like hip flexors get a bit of a bad rap of always being overly tight, but that's not necessarily true. Our hip flexors are actually a big source of strength to be able to step up and have really good body mechanics, good locomotion. So if you want, you can take this moment to just do a little bit of hip flexor strengthening there. But if you want to play with us and head a little bit deeper into some Padangusthasana, then let's hold that leg up, support the hamstring if you want, or you can also grab your toe and kick it forward. So Padangusthasana A. Nice. Good, nice adjustment in the shoulders, Kumar. Let's head into Padangusthasana B. Take it out to the side.
You know, one thing that you probably don't feel very much is the amount of this like upper glue.
Yeah.
That really is required to do this very well.
Yeah.
You're just like...
I'm so developed in my glute medius, it's kind of crazy.
And since I've been, neglecting my body, this is like...
It's like, ah,
yeah.
Screaming.
Uh-huh. Because it has to do so much countering and stabilizing to facilitate all of this.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
All right, we'll bring it back towards center. Now we can hold here, or we take it just one more level down, forehead to knee. I hate forehead to knee. All right, we'll come up from your forehead to knee. Let's try to keep the leg there. Reach up your arms. Hold it for 3. Hold it for 2. And bring it back down. It's got to be like my least favorite part of rocket. All right, Kamar's ready for side 2, so let's get it.
Just wanted to balance out.
Yeah.
Did like 8.
Knee lifts. Yeah, a way to be really mean to your hip flexors is to do this with a resistance band. Woo. All right. Padagustasana time if you want to join us. Either holding on the underside of the hamstring or kicking the leg forwards. Oh gosh. Nice. Now, if you're feeling really off on your balance, pick something in front of you to stare at. Again, I'm choosing the eyeball on the Burning Man book again. Nice. Padagustasana B. Opening out to the side. Outer hip counterbalancing you, just like Kamar mentioned. So if it's feeling spicy in your outer butt cheek, your body's working for you. Here for 3. Here for 2. Nice, and 1. Bring it back forwards. Forehead to knee time. Start to move forwards towards that leg. I like to spot my right big toe. It helps me. Nice, and then we'll bring it back up. Let's try to hold that leg in place, no hands, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and I lost my balance. 1. Shake out those legs a little bit. And then we're gonna find our last opportunity for arm balances, mainly because I promised it, babe, at the beginning of class. So I can't not deliver, you know? All right. So side crow. Side crow is what we're trying to get into today. So I'm going to give tons of space. Sit back into that chair. Move into your twist. Elbow goes to thigh. Nice. So from here, what really helps me is bringing my hands down to the ground from my prayer twist and lifting up my heels. Lifting up my heels allows me to actually attach my elbow into the kind of top of my thigh right above my knee, and even potentially my hip if you want to use that type of connection to do this. Now, same like crow, same like all inversions, you have to lean forward in order to do this one, right? Nice.
Least favorite.
I know, it's so tough. So compressy. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that are like, don't put your hip on your elbow, that's cheating. Yeah, who's gonna arrest you for doing that, by the way? So after you've given that side crow a go on one side, of course we have the other side to do, unfortunately. So again, I like to work from that twist, hands to the ground, heels lift. I kind of do it at like the same time. Attach, attach, and then lean.
Oh.
I don't know if it's like an illusion of safety, but because I feel like closer to the ground, I don't feel as freaked out like in crow. Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck, it's right.
Ooh. Yay. Good job. You side crowed it. Let's bring ourselves down to the ground. Let's finish class with a very brief floor sequence. Normally floor sequences in rocket are pretty long, but we're doing again another shortened one because this class is an hour and we only have 8 minutes left. So legs will come in front of you. We're gonna start with our seated forward fold. So sit bones nice and grounded. We'll sit up nice and tall. You can even take a moment in Dandasana, pushing your hands by your side, really feeling yourself lift. And then fold and melt. Good, we'll do one more breath here. And then we'll bring ourselves all the way up. We'll bend into our right knee, attach sole of foot to inner thigh, Janu Shirshasana. Again, sitting all the way up. Chaos of water bottles, the standard yoga class sounds. And then we'll melt forwards over our left leg. One thing I like to do in this shape in particular, if you have pretty deep access, reaching with both of my arms, wrapping with my pointer and thumb around one wrist. Great, we'll spend one more breath. And we'll start to bring it up. We'll close in your right leg. We're going to keep it pointed up. We're going to do Marichasana. So I want you to see if you can kind of come forwards towards the inside of the leg. Wrap around with your right arm, even if it's just like a half bind, and open up your chest to the left. Full binds, wrapping around with both of your arms. Good, one breath in. One breath out. And we'll undo everything. We'll take it back towards center. Good. Straighten out through your right leg. And then let's do Janu on the other side. I'm like, I want to do the jump throughs, but I'm like, it's going to take up so much time. So we'll fold forwards again. Over the leg. Again, that wrist wrap variation available. I'm wrapping my right side pointer and thumb around my wrist. And we'll bring everything up. We'll close in the left leg. Reach with the left arm to the inside. Either do a half wrap, opening your chest to the right, or a full wrap, both of your arms around. Nice, baby. Kamar's going for that seatbelt. All right, last breath here. And we'll start to bring everything back up. Now, instead of lengthening your left leg back out in front of you, let's bring your other leg into a bend, open up into your Baddha Konasana. And I want you to place your peace fingers around your big toes. Nice. Lift everything up again, and then exhale, fold forwards. Good, breath in. Breath out. Let's bring you all the way back up. And we're gonna try to take our feet with us. And I want you to just roll back onto your sit bones and lift your feet up off the ground just a little bit. Fingers are still attached onto those big toes. Good, this is gonna be my final little bit of challenge for the day. Try to lengthen both of your legs. Good, so boat position with the toe hold. Nice, it's kind of like your Padangusthasana, but on drugs, right? Now to add a little bit more, open everything out to the right and left. Nice. Now this is a really tough core challenge to try to see if you can get back up on those sit bones and open up everything from right to left. I'm looking at myself on camera and I look like a broken doll that got thrown down a hallway.
Yeah.
Just like, what the fuck is that even?
Your hair's too nice for that though.
My hair's too nice. I need more of a ruffled visage. All right, we're here for 3, here for 2, and a 1. Bring it all the way back. Nicely done, you guys. Scoot yourself forwards, have a lay on your back. And take your last little stretches and wiggles. Lengthening everything out. If you have a certain song that you like to use for Shavasana. Our final meditation moment together. Let the ground beneath you support you. Coming back to that initial feeling we set. Your foundation, your stability. We'll let this next breath get a little deeper. And we'll reactivate our limbs. Maybe wiggling your way onto one side. Pushing yourself up to a seat. It is such an honor and a privilege to teach each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your time, showing up for yourselves. Thank you for letting me be your teacher today. You guys did an awesome job. And thanks, Kamar. Always love when you're in class. Love you to bits and pieces. I know it's always tough to get kind of back into our rhythm after we take a week off, so I'm glad that we had a little short but sweet, small attended live stream today. But we have lots of live streams this week. Our next one is Wednesday. We'll actually be doing our new skills and drills class, and we have 2 more installments of our splits. So it's a 30-minute like quick drills that you can implement into your week to maintain benchmark movement skills, like splits, back bends, and handstands. So this month we're doing splits. Then Thursday we have beginners class. Both those skills and drills and the beginners class are at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. And then this Friday we have goth bar. I'm really excited to do bar again. So 3 o'clock for my Pacific timers, 6 p.m. If you're on the East Coast, and if you're all the way across the Atlantic, that's a bit late for you. But hey, some of you are night owls, so. Oh, Stephanie, thank you. Tessa, thank you, baby. I get to see you in person and digitally. What a present. What a gift. I love it. I love it so much. It makes me so happy. Yeah, it was so fun popping into Soho and seeing everybody. I can't believe that was last week. It kind of feels like a lifetime ago. Feels like it's not real. You know what I mean? Feels like lifetimes ago.
Oh, yeah.
I love you. Yes, I'll tell you all about the trip. We'll catch up soon. But we actually have to shimmy. We have a little appointment to get ready for. So, thank you guys again for coming. And if I don't see you for the rest of this week, hopefully I'll see you next Monday, same time, same channel. And you guys are great. Thank you for showing up, being so consistent, giving me a reason to be. All right, you guys. See you next time. Thanks for coming to stream today.